her storyteller because she just moved here not long ago from Boston. She is an can I say that? Eradicator? She educates people about erotica. She founded Fearless Press. She founded Kink Academy. She is a businesswoman who knows what she's doing. And she's a dominatrix, so that's extra cool. She's never been at Bawdy before. And I told her how fantastic you guys are. And she's brand new to our coast, so you're going to make her super fucking welcome in the first spot. Please welcome Princess Callie.
Hi, everybody. See, I'm naturally loud, so I have to speak in my sex voice. Are you guys ready for that? So, I am a bit of an insane businesswoman, and so I do these things that I call the Insanity Tour. And my first Insanity Tour was 13 solid days on the road, doing 3 to 4 video shoots a day, events, classes, video shoots, sessions, flat out for 13 days. And I am not a masochist, actually. At least I don't think so. Contrary to what the evidence would say. And so I am scheduled for my first Insanity Tour, and Reed Mahalko, who's a local total erotic rock star, invites me to do Iron Slut. So Iron Slut is this competition of sluts. You've all seen Iron Chef, right? So back with slutty people. Yay! It's going to be a really fucking good time. So he invites me, and I'm really excited, except that most people who do Iron Slut are sexual performers, and I'm a dominatrix. I am a sexual performer, but I don't just not my thing. And so I said, Reed, your audience, and Reed's this like wholesome looking guy, blonde hair, killer smile, and will just fuck you in a heartbeat if you're as enthusiastic as he is, which is really enthusiastic. And so I said, your audience, Reed, is kind of vanilla for me. They're very tantra and very energetically based, and I'm paid to be a bitch. So can you please, warn them that I'm going to be doing something a little different? He said, of course, Callie, of course. And then, of course, his version of she's kinky is, hey, she's kinky. Thank you for the details, Reed. Love you. So I get there, and I am 12 days into my 13-day trip. So I'm exhausted. I have been going nonstop, but I'm a professional. So I get there, and I'm very excited. And, well, before I get there, though, I think to myself, so Reed's going to be doing, and I'm slutting off. Is that maybe the term? It's a slut off between me and Reed. And if you've ever met Reed, obviously we have people in here who know Reed. That is a losing battle. Okay? So before I get there, I'm thinking, so I'm a dirty perv. What can I do that does not require putting genitalia in my mouth necessarily? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Go mouth and genitalias. But not my thing. It's just not my thing. So I get this idea. So I recently had started teaching myself single tails, Florentine single tails, because I had this idea of doing kind of a kinky circus act, where I would put roses between the teeth and between the legs of people and walk around stage, right? Except I had just started. I'm a woman with a lot of confidence. And I thought, that's good enough. So I think I'm going to stop on the way and get some balloons, and I'm going to find someone to volunteer their penis for a little balloon whip action. Should be an easy find. Again, confidence, sometimes in the face of insanity. So I get there and I've got balloons, no chance to practice, but I have an idea, and that's all a woman like me needs, and a penis. And so I get there, and luckily one of my friends who has a penis is there. How lucky am I? And not only that, but we had played 8 years before when I first started, so I have this whole other story. So my friend John, who's fantastic, he's this really delightful man. He's kind of short, Asian man, fair skin, very slight of build, and he volunteers himself. Now, I will say, John was a trooper, but he was not exactly raging hard at the idea of me coming at him with whips to his penis, which is understandable. I think we can all kind of be okay with that. So we get there, and I'm like, John, I'm going to do this balloon thing. He's like, all right. So we get started, and you start at low level, and then you build up, right? Like the chef show must be. I don't know. I don't cook. I hit people. And you work your way up. So we start by, I strip John down and he's standing next to me and I'm on stage similar to this, except everybody's down in pillows kind of right there, like right there with me. And so I'm on stage and I'm playing with his nipples and I tell this little mini story about how 8 years before, he's one of the first people that I played with. And when we were playing, I kind of like to play with mindfuck, and so I gave him the safe word of burrito. Burrito, remember that. And so we're playing, and he starts to kind of pansy out. He admitted that I was not hurting him, but he starts going, taquito, nachos, God, salsa. And I'm watching his desperation, and did I mention I like to mindfuck? And I know that he's not in any serious trouble, so I keep poking at him and prodding at him, and finally he shouts, burrito! And I say, ding, 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 you're the winner. So I'm telling this story while he's naked, back to Iron Slut, right? So I'm on stage at Iron Slut, I'm telling this story, I'm playing with his nipples, he's looking down on the ground, very delightfully embarrassed. I'm twinkling thinking about it. Right, so I'm doing this. So then it's Reed's turn, and Reed licks a woman's pussy for 20 minutes. Her pelvis is thrusting. He's got her hoisted up. He's going crazy. And literally 20 minutes go by, and I'm in the back going, Reed, I do have a flight tomorrow. So finally I get up on stage. Finally he's like, well, okay. And the woman's like, bitch. I know, I'm sorry, sweetheart. So finally I get up on stage and it's time for the balloons, right, that I haven't practiced. So I have John there, and John knows what he's in for, but John also has known me a long time. He knows he's in good hands. So I'm blowing up the balloons and I'm describing what's going to happen. And then I take a couple of rubber bands, and I mentioned that Rick, that he wasn't raging hard at this, right? So I'm kind of pulling and tugging and twisting with the rubber bands and trying to get these three balloons, pink, blue, and green. Also important. So I'm twisting these rubber bands, getting the balloons on his dick, getting them to stay. They finally stay, dun 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 dun, and now we begin. So I start talking about how single-tail whips can be used softly. See, it's not scary. It's not scary at all, right? And the balloons are bobbing. Right, you can hear the rubber bands as peanuts. Right? And then I go for, and I'm like, okay, but see, or it can be really hard. Snap! Nothing. What I mean is, it can go really hard. Snap! Nothing. Well, those fucking balloons are not gonna win. Let me tell you what. So I'm looking at those balloons, and I'm standing back, and I'm gonna stand back from the microphone right now so you can just get a visual, okay? Now, let me preface this by saying I teach single-tail classes. I teach whipping classes. And one of the most important things I teach is don't hit from your shoulders. You're working too hard, you're gonna hurt yourself, you're gonna hurt your partner, okay? So keep that in mind. I'm an educator. So I'm whipping. I also have a theater background, so I'm loud as fuck. I'm whipping, and the balloons are not happening. So I pop, nothing's happening. I pop, nothing's happening. Ah, one! Everybody goes crazy. Yay! I also only have a few minutes at that point, right? So I'm like, okay, now we're gonna get really crazy. Now we're gonna pop those little fuckers. Right? So I'm going nuts, and the balloons are just bobbing. They're just going up and down, and nothing is happening. Turns out you have to blow balloons up a little more thoroughly for them to pop. So everyone fades away, and it's just me and those fucking balloons. I go from this, ooh, educator, professional, very good, to... at once goes, burrito! You guys are here. And the balloons have not popped, and I can feel myself. And John, my buddy, he's like, let it go, honey. So everybody laughs and claps, and I get off stage. And about 20 minutes after I left, I thought, holy fuck, what did I just do? I forgot he was there. I did. I am a professional dominatrix. I do this full-time. I teach, and I forgot that he was there. It was me and the balloons. It was no one else. And I win. So the next day, I'm horrified. Like, it really sinks in, and I think, I'm a horrible person. I am a horrible, hacking person, right? And thankfully, he was okay. Thankfully. He had a few little light marks, nothing bad, because he stood there and took it. He was a trooper, because he was like, I wasn't going to embarrass you. Did you see the look on your face? No, you could have said something, but yeah, I get it. Right? And so I say, I'm really sorry, John. I'm really sorry. And while in hindsight it is a funny story, at the time, it was a bad place for me, which is why when she mentioned risky business, it's one of the things that made me think, right? So now it's the funny story, yay, yay, clap, clap. Now here's the thinking part, because that's what kind of mind fucks I really like. Is that I do this full time. I pride myself on my professionalism, and I fucked up. And thankfully, nothing bad happened. Thankfully, the audience wasn't traumatized. They safe worded appropriately. Thankfully, I left the stage and everybody was like, that was awesome, I'm glad you stopped. Right? But it really made me think, it does not matter if you are on stage, it does not matter if you're in your living room, it doesn't matter if you've been playing for 10, 20, 30 years, or if it's your first time. If you forget to connect with the human on the other side of whatever is happening, you will fuck up. So be the bigger pervert. And say you're sorry. And kiss the boo-boo. Well, he didn't get that, but metaphorically speaking, of course. And learn. And next time, blow up those balloons. Just a little bigger. Snap, snap.
You hear body storytelling are tales of people fucking up. Want to hear a tale when I fucked up? Yeah! Good job! Who here has been to bondage a go-go?